You have to learn to change your fire to light, yo. Hey. We don't have no space or time for fight, alright, yo, yo. We just have love, no wrong or right, yo, no wrong or right, yo. Yes, we can come together in the sandbox, oh. Yes, we can make no friends in the sandbox, oh. Leave all the problem then, and mind what you say. Brethren, build your journey, and go on your own way. This is a chill place, yeah, yeah, yeah. You don't have to worry, no, no, no. This is your own base, yeah, yeah, yeah. You don't have to scurry, oh. We say, hey, hey. We are gonna make this crew unite tonight. We say, yo, yo. Inside will get your head on right. For me in a bad mind. Me not have no space or time to fight, yo. Me just act up, no wrong or right, yo. No wrong or right, yo. Come on, come on. Oh, come together. We need some peace. Oh, just to enter. No time to waste. Right to center. Be positive. Oh, you know it's better. Yes, we can come together in the sandbox. Oh, yes, we can make no friends in the sandbox. Oh, leave all the problem then, and mind what you say. Brethren, build your journey, and go on your own way. Hey, hey. Take time and modify your vibe tonight, yo, yo. You have to learn to change your fire to light, yo, hey. We don't have no space or time for fight, alright, yo, yo. We just have love, no wrong or right, yo, no wrong or right, yo.
Are we ready to Vox Edit? Hello everyone and welcome to VoxEdit Monday with me, your amazing host, Panda Pops. Woo! Yeah! We have a fun stream today with you guys. We're going to be doing a little bit of what we did, not last week, the week prior. I've been able to work on it a little bit more and get everything sorted, which was when we were doing the multi-use asset, and we were focusing on how we could make a asset multiple uses from like a set of drawers into a bookcase, and how we can break that down, hide all the pieces so we could have a bookcase and then also have it be a set of drawers, and ways that we would make that what's the word I'm looking for, kind of with the collisions and everything, and the best way you can go about doing that. So that is what we're going to be focusing on today. Now, we do have, what do we have? We do have a giveaway today. I will be linking that giveaway form in a little bit, but here we are. I've got to just adjust this. Boom, there we go. Right, cool. Hello everyone, who do we have here today? Pickaxe Master, J-Dog, Yolks on you. It's great to have you in here. Also, and I'm gonna just quickly check this out. So let's just double check it right now. And I wanna just make sure. So you can do, oh, that did not put any space in that. Cool. Well, we have some commands. There's a Sandbox command, a Discord command, a YouTube command, and a Jira command. I wonder how I can make those spaced out a little bit more. Oh my gosh. 1 second, let me get that sorted. Oh, it's hilarious. Cool. Right. Now let's take a look here. So commands. I don't think it liked it when because I did spaces between them and it did not seem like it liked that. Maybe now? Oh yeah, it does not like spaces. There we go. I guess that'll work. Right. So you can do exclamation mark command now in the chat, and it will tell you the list of our commands. I would have liked it to have been bullet pointed, but I guess I can't do that. So the commands are Sandbox, Discord, YouTube, Jira. The Jira one is just a quick way for you to be able to get the link to Jira if you have a bug or issue. So yeah, we've added that per some people's requests. Also, somebody keeps messing with my settings. I only want this to show none of this stuff. Okay, 1 second. Edit layout. Activity feed. There we go. I want to be able to see. Let's see when you guys redeem stuff. That's the one I want to see. There we go. That's what I want. Right, cool. So how is everyone today? Did you have a good weekend? Hey, JKing as well. I think I missed you off earlier. Hope everybody's had a good week. But now let's just take a quick look at what we've done here. So this is what we were doing before. But basically, this is the set of drawers. We haven't finished like the design on it because we were having to make edits to make the size and everything make sense. So we've got the lightwood bookcase. We haven't put any shelves in as of yet. And then I guess that's it. So we're going to set up the lightwood one, and I'm going to base it off of just the drawers. So we've got like the white wood here. So I'm clicking new, and I'm going to call this bookcase white 01. And now we're going to have to move all of the pieces for this particular bookcase. Oh, not you. Up and out. So this is B2. This is the top. And I rotate you. Basically what we have done is we have broken multiple pieces out. Okay, that looks about right. So I think I think this one goes lower and this one is the higher one. And the best thing for us to do is get this bookcase just next to it so we can get the height correct. That way we know we have the height all correct. And now we just have to align everything else up, which is going to be lots of fun. So this is actually a 0.5. So the best thing for us to do... Oh, actually, hit straight on a 0.5. Nice. Okay, and then we've got these side pieces, and they need to unfold. Because we already broke this down. And so for it to be hidden... Oh, yeah. Okay, go back to where you were. There we go. For it to stay hidden, we needed to make some adjustments and, like, break pieces down. So this is what we've done here. So we're rotating this out, and then we're just moving these into their positions. So you're going to need to go there. Go, lovely. And then this is correct. This top piece, however, does need to move slightly. It needs to overhang by one either side. There you go. You can now see that that has already started building out. And we've got to build this next bit. Once again, we're raising this part. And we're getting our two side pieces. And we're rotating. And repositioning. Now, the only issue here is I have forgotten where we got up to with it. And so I'm a little worried that we haven't aligned everything properly, but we'll get to that in a moment. Like, I definitely think all of this needs moving back, but that's fine. We can sort that. Hey, Garnican and Jazz Wolf. So there was a lot of stuff that I had to kind of redo. Right, once again, this needs to be 52.5. So you want to be in the inspector bit to get those exact pieces correct. Just in case you can't. Going to be a 7.5, I believe. There we go. And let me rotate you. There we go. And then I'm also going to put this at a 7.5, so it's in the correct space. Shift and move. Okay, the only issue I'm seeing here is this bit is not quite aligned. Even though it should be. No, it's not. It's because this needs moving out. There we go. Cool. And now all of this pretty much needs to just shimmy around here. I'm gonna move this. This is only here while we get this set up, basically. So we can get the height and everything sorted. And I think the only other bit that we've not done is we haven't done these side pieces that still need to hide. So we'll get that sorted in a moment. But we do need to adjust this so it's kind of encompassing on all sides. Kind of like tiny little movements right now. There we go. This side. There. Okay, so it's just these side pieces we now need to worry about to get it fully encompassed. And then we've got this bit here. Instead of having that raised up, we'll bring it down. And we need to go back here and we're going to duplicate. And we're going to call this WBS1. And we're just going to delete all of... Oh, nope. I'm going to delete all the way down. Hopefully you're following. I'm going to delete pretty much... I think this was about the right height, but we'll double check. And then I am just going to delete all of this. We don't need it. Go. And the easiest way to delete that bit is just kind of go over here, delete there. And we will need the back, but the back is going to be done by a different step. For now, I just need to see exactly where we're up to on this. Also, some of this is not aligned, and we do need it to be slightly more aligned. This is why a lot of these I do not as a stream, because it's a lot of back and forth. Like I'm not kidding when I say this is a lot of back and forth work, where I had to redo a ton of it. But ideally, we want to have something that looks like this here that we've made. The only difference is this first one that we've built is much easier just because it is the exact same color as the set of drawers. So we made the set of drawers first. So these are the set of drawers. And as you can see, all the pieces are hiding inside of it. We do have this little pink line there. That was for me to get the sizing of some stuff. And so that's going to be recolored and taken out. But they have the exact same color. So it becomes harder when we're using different colors, because now we need to be able to go around this original one and not really build it as part of it. And I kind of want to keep, like, potentially the bottom half brown, or we could actually, no, I don't. I want to get rid of, yeah, it's all gotta be white, I think. Hey, Jazz Wolf is on a 5-stream watch streak. That is amazing. That is fantastic. How was everyone's weekend, by the way? Did you guys have a good weekend? What have you been up to? I hope you've all been having fun as part of the Builders Challenge. Make sure to go play so many experiences. Definitely check out that just launched channel as well. I think that could be where you find some really good experiences. Take a look on Twitter, see what people are posting over there. But yeah, definitely definitely hop on and take a look. My weekend was really good. It went by really fast because we attended an event, like as a family, not as a work thing. And so it was kind of like, yeah, we didn't need to leave until halfway on a Saturday, but it was still like we had to make sure we had everything packed. It was all of us going, so we had to make sure that the kids were ready. And then it was like a late night and then driving back the next day. So I would say it was a really, really good weekend, but it was kind of like one of those like write-off weekends where it's like, yeah, I had an amazing Saturday evening, but like other than that, I didn't really do much. Sunday was like far more chill, and I definitely did some garden work, and that was really nice. It was good to just be out in the garden, and it was lovely. Went for a lovely evening walk. But otherwise, it was mainly just attending the event, and it was really, really good. It was a lovely event. But yeah, we still need to like hide this. So for now, we're just gonna carry on with this is gonna be WB side 1. Where are you? There we go. Oh wow, so we oh, it's all the way over there. Hello. Maybe we sort the pivot out on you. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm aligning it with this. I'm aligning it with this purely so I can see the size and what we gotta do here. Okay, that's gonna be a 60.5 again. Not 6, 60. Thank you. Cool. And so now I can just drag it over here, and I'm like, okay, it intersects with some of this, not all of it. That's not great. And I still need to sort the back area here. So what I'm gonna do is, once again, I'm gonna move it slightly. I kind of need this top bit to be more in line with what we've got going on down here. Yeah, because they overlap. So that needs to be there. Those aren't overlapping, so that's perfect. There, perfect. So this is how this top bit should be. And this is the bit that overlaps. Okay, cool. Right. So just seeing that now allows me... And for some reason, this needs to be a 0.5, apparently. I feel like it needs to be a 0. Where are you at? You're at 0.35. That is such a very specific... Right. So we'll just align all of these up. And then they should be good to go. Or, you know, apparently not. There. Perfect. And then this top bit is fine. So this top one is fine how it is. And now the rest of this is also good. We're just going to line this up, and we're taking a look at it. Because what we need to do is whatever we do, this side piece needs to fit inside of the main drawers. The main drawers are going to be the one that has our collision box, I believe. Actually, we haven't decided that. So what happens? I've got to explain this. I feel like this needs to be explained to you guys. So what happens when you create an asset that has animations, whether it's moving or static animations? The collision box goes over whatever is the default idle animation. So depending on what we select, so right now, this is the idle animation, but let's say we, and I'm in the way here. 1 second, let me hide me, and then you guys will be able to see. Right. So right here, we can click, and you can set as default, okay? So from this point of view, and just ignore the pieces either side. Just pretend it's just this drawer. This means that the collision box is based off of these drawers. Nothing else other than these drawers. We're ignoring this because this will be deleted soon and this white piece will be hidden. But for now, this is what you need to consider. Based off of whatever your default animation is, that is what will have the collision box. So and I do want to just move this out of the way so I can take a picture. Right. So this is the collision box around this asset. So an avatar can happily stand on top and party, okay? However, if somebody has chosen to then place this, so if it's an animation, let me just pop me back. So what it is static animations. This one isn't the default animation, but that does mean that it goes off of what was the default animation. So the default animation is around here, which means the avatar would just walk right through. They'll just walk right through this. They'll be able to like hop, jump, and run right through the middle, which might be not ideal. But then the same issue happens with if this was our default, if we made the bookcase our default, which I'm inclined to do, is make the bookcase the default, because it's going to be easier to stop the animation for future things. So and I'll explain what I mean by that. So if this is the default animation, when it is on the drawers, it means that the avatar won't be able to walk through it. If they attempted to jump on top, because there was a bookcase there, this is now inaccessible. An avatar would have to be stood like up here. Hopefully you understand that, okay? What we can do is in Game Maker, you have the possibility to turn collisions off. You can also make items hidden. So I'm inclined to set a default animation to be on the bookcase because we're going to have more bookcases. There's going to be more bookcase options. So to me, it makes sense that the bookcase is probably the default animation. And then if I want to place the drawers in an experience, but I want them to have the correct kind of collisions, what I will do is I will turn collisions off of that asset, and then I will hide a hidden, so a non-visible asset that is roughly the same size as the drawers. I could just upload the drawers as a separate asset, but, you know, always more bookcases, always, Garnican, always more bookcases. So, yes, that's what I would do, is I would make the set of drawers have no collisions. I would then place an invisible item with roughly the same collisions as the set of drawers. So if a player jumps on top of it, it will look natural, okay? If you have any questions in regards to that, let me know. But right now we're trying to work out this white section, okay? This is the bit we're trying to work out. Okay, so I think from here, we're going to be able to reduce that straight to there. Oh no, it goes a bit lower. There we go. Because you can see the ghost outline. And I believe that we should, because of the size of this, I believe that we should be able to hide the full length. We're actually going to extend this to be the correct size. I'm going to drag it out. And then I am actually also just going to make it thicker there. And I am we might get rid of this, but I am contemplating this bit. And so I know where I need to delete to next time. This line. So I know where that base section is if I need to delete it. Okay. Nice and easy. Let's take a look. I would say probably the only thing is obviously this actually extends outwards one more. So let's also do that. Let's also extend it. Come on. There we go. Lovely. Boom, boom, and then let's extend that. Lovely. There we go. So now we've encompassed all of this side. Because the other side matches, once again, I'm going to do my Control D, duplicating this over here. And we're just going to align this up nicely. I think that needs to be a 29.5. Oh, a minus 29.5. Not quite. Also sticks out there a little bit, which is odd because we... Oh, but that one does too. Okay, cool. Right. There. Nice. And now we just got to do the test of, can this hide inside this set of drawers? Is our next test. We have to make sure it can hide in here. So the first test is, does it hide like this? No, it does not. Okay, but I do have another piece where I rotated it and I made it work. So let's just check that. Now I can see it at the bottom. That's not ideal. And now I can see it there. We can maybe just shimmy it along a few times. Now this isn't helpful because I'm pretty sure you might be able to see it behind this white section. So let's just move you out the way. We can. Okay, we're getting there. We are getting there. There we go. Perfect. Oh no, I can now see it out the back, which is not perfect. So maybe the rotation isn't working for us. So that's not good. That's not good. We can't hide it there. Oh. Maybe if we've rotated it out a little bit. Okay, there we go. Right. So it now hides in that. I know it is now. Oh, not that I can hear anything. The headphones are just kind of attached for my comfort pretty much because I can't hear you guys talking. And I have no audio playing. This is just for my comfort. So now I know that they fit inside there, which is fantastic. I know they now fit. So let's put everything back. Okay. Rotate you back round, my friend. Okay, lovely. So the thing that we've got going on is at the back, we have no back area right now. Easy for us to do. And I'm just going to do it off of here, and we're going to do WB side back. And I actually have a feeling that one of these is going to fit. I think this one is going to fit. Not quite, but also not impossible. So what I'm going to do is I'm duplicating this one, and I'm calling this WB side back, just so I'm aware of what all the pieces are. And I can actually make this one thinner because we don't need it to be so thick. Make this one just a little bit thinner because that can make it easier for us to hide it. And then we're going to want to drag it down to the ground. We know that up above it's fine. Actually, I think we might need to also go higher. But we'll try this for now. Ooh. There we go. Let's just trim. Set to floor. And we're going to need to reposition this. Oh, no. No. Okay, right. You go there. Thank you. Okay, go back to where you were. Lovely. Right. And then we've got you. Okay, great. Okay, so we've got a little gap there and an overhang here. So we're going to want it, I think, at 30. Oh, we've got a small little overhang. There, perfect. Right, so now we've got the back, we've got the sides done. We now need to think about, like, oh, a base. For the base, I'm thinking the same one that we're using for the top. And these are all adding to our nodes, and because it is, even though it's not like there's not animations playing, there's static animations, our nodes do still count even with static animations, so keep that in mind as well when you are doing these. And right now we're doing okay, we're at 21, we're going to be at 22 in a minute. The issue happens more when we're going to be adding the items on our bookcases, because bookcases need items. Hey, I am Nigel, how are you doing? How the frig are you? So once again, for this one, I'm just going to call it WB for white bookcase base. And I'm going to hope that this fits the same spot, which I'm pretty sure it will. It's just a little bit thick, wider than I wanted it to be. So once again, I'm just going to do this and just call it white base. Pop it in. And I'm going to delete where I need to delete because we want to be able to save as much space as possible because everything we're doing here needs to hide inside the drawers. So that's why we're doing all of this, because we need to hide everything inside of these drawers. So now our biggest issue is, well, one, our issue is, do we want to hide the brown drawers? We could keep the drawers as they are, and we could make it just look like a white set of bookcases gone on top of it, or we can attempt to try and hide these drawers, which is going to be just so much harder, okay? That's going to be the hard bit, is hiding this. And one thing that I would suggest... Oh, wait, and maybe... There. Cool. One thing I would suggest is taking our main set of drawers that we've got. And we're going to duplicate those again. And I'm just going to call them drawers W. And I'm going to just delete parts of this. We don't need the feet. The feet are going to get deleted right there. And then we're going to need a nice pale color, probably for all of it. And we'll sort out the design. I honestly don't care so much about the design as I do making sure literally everything else fits, okay? That's what I care about. I care about making sure things fit. So with this, we're also going to put the draw section in there. Where are you? Okay. The only thing I've got from here is, can this be brought down? There we go. Perfect. Right. So there we go. We've done it. We have done it. The only issue now is, can we hide it? Okay, can we hide it? Okay, that's what we gotta do. Now we have to hide it. Which is why you always want to make sure that your first set of drawers are done, they're how you want them. Don't worry about doing like the design details on the drawers themselves, because your ideas might change later. You just want to have like the base setup. So I did try and do like a little design here. That quickly went away. You can see on all these other ones, I've ended up just going with plain and not even finished designing. Hey, Yusuf! Don't know what those random numbers are. Oh, wow, you're just spamming numbers. Hey, Yusuf, how you doing over on YouTube? Oh, we gotta get a giveaway form sorted for you guys. Numbers reminded me because I go like, hey, put a random number in between da-da-da-da-da. Let's get a giveaway form sorted. This is going to be for a defense crate. No, it's not. It's going to be for a Panda Pops duck. Panda Pops duck. What is today's date? It is the 10th. That is right. Whoever said that, well done. Here we go. Let's save that. Boom, we got that sorted. Right, guys, are you ready? Let me just hop on over to X in case anybody is watching here. Oh, it's saying that we're not live over on X. Did we stop being live? No, it looks like we are. Oh, there we go. Cool. Not letting me connect to the chat. In which case, you know what? It's just going in here. Giveaway form. Fill it in. You know what? I didn't even check the questions on there. What are the questions? What am I asking you guys? Oh, there we go. Easy. Yeah. You know what? Twitter's been playing up all day. I think Twitter's just playing up. I don't know about you guys. Have you noticed Twitter's been playing up today? There's a giveaway form. Go get your friends and everything to come on over. Right. Now, we got to see if we can hide it. So we've set this out. We've got everything in this position for bookcase white 01. And now we're going to have to go back to drawers. And you see we've got all these pieces over here. They now need to be hidden. So the main issue I'm seeing from this is obviously the sides. We're able to see the sides. So I'm going to go back here. And we're going to go into the drawers. And as we can see, we don't actually need it to be that length because we've got the sides separate. So we can delete the sides just slightly. I probably don't want to delete all of them. But there we go. Give a little trim. A little trimmy trim. Oh no. Where'd it go? I changed the pivot point and now it's like, you cannot be found. There we go. Cool. Right. Nice. Okay, now we go back here, and as we can see, this is now perfectly hidden inside. Beautiful, that's what we want to see. Now we have all these other pieces that we also have to hide inside of here. Some pieces are attached to other pieces are not. I did not think about that when I was doing this. This is going to be entertaining. Alright, so that is still not hidden. Can I raise you slightly? There we go. Beautiful. Right, I think our biggest bit is probably going to be trying to hide this one. Nope, that hid perfect. Lovely. We like it when it's easy. Okay? That's what we like to see. Once again, this one has to basically do the same. Gotta get a little rotate in there. Nice and hidden. Our base... We also got to get hidden inside here, so we're going to line it up. Slight issue. That is definitely bigger. Our base is definitely bigger. We're going to go back over here. What are you from? You had a white base. Are you too big? Oh, it's too big generally. Oh, perfect. Perfect. Now we can just trim it slightly. I don't know how big this needs to be, but let's trim it there and just have a quick look. Okay, so far that looks good. We can obviously see the feet. That is a slight problem. I mean, we could do that. It's a little messy. I'm not as keen on that because it is a little messy. Posted something that broke the whole thing. Ah! Woo! Yeah, honestly it has. I went to go post something and I was just like, you know what it was that broke Twitter? Because I feel like when I posted the picture of me in my outfit over the weekend, it broke Twitter. That's it. But also I fully believe Pickaxe Master probably did want us to see Panda in a black dress. There we go. That's Kaiten. That's what I didn't even read what you just said until now. But yes, the Twitter didn't want you to see that. They were just like, no, not today. Okay, so let's try and hide this now in the drawers with the new. So we're still a little bit stuck with the size, but I'm hoping a big rotate. Let's do a big rotate. And just see if this helps. Right, look at the bottom. There we go. That is now hidden. That is now hidden. Do we have two white bases? Why do we have two white bases? You know what? I'm not even going to question it. It is what it is. Also get this one hidden. Check. Yeah. Perfect. The next thing we're going to do is get rid of these lines because we don't need those lines. Beautiful. Okay, so we now have our drawers. These are just our drawers. We have our light wood and we have our white, although I'm not too keen on the base thing. Although I've got, oh, we used it for this middle section. Okay, makes sense. We can also now get rid of this line. Lovely. And we can neaten up. Oh, there's like a gap there. Don't like that. There we go. Oh, that's why there was a gap there. It was to cover. Oh, but if I cover one, it doesn't cover the other. I'm gonna have to make that slightly... I think making it slightly wider is fine. I don't think that's gonna really break anything. Okay. Okay, that looks good. I'm pretty happy with that. So we've got that. We've got two different colors so far. We got the set of drawers. I'm not going to do another color purely because we don't have time, but you basically repeat the same steps that we did there. Not last week, the week prior, I had shown you how to go about breaking these up into these pieces, but I started out with the set of drawers, and then I duplicated the set of drawers, built out the shell of the bookcase, and then from there, we broke that shell of the bookcase into different pieces. And the white one took a little bit more, but for the first bookcase, the light wood one, it was, damn it, we got to hide all those. Never mind. We'll do that in a minute. And I will show you a quick way to hide all of those. But right now, because the brown is the same color as the set of drawers, this was easier to break down because we didn't need to worry about hiding any bits for the set of drawers because it's the same color. So what we've got is we've got the top piece, we've got the two side pieces, which incorporated the back piece as well. So you can kind of see here, it's making like a weird C shape. And we've done the same for the middle, and we've done the same for the bottom here. And we broke it up into those parts so they could all neatly like stack inside of our main drawers. Ah, thank you, Kaiten. However, when we went to go do the white one, because the white one needed to go around the brown one, the sizes needed to be done differently. So we couldn't really do the C shape because when it's on the drawers, it can't, if I did the C shape, it will be the exact same size and you'd see that Z fighting. So what we've had to do is all of this is like one voxel slightly larger than the brown one. And for that, one voxel less than the brown one, which has allowed us one voxel less, one voxel more, one voxel more, sorry, which meant that we needed to then break down the back differently. So we've got the back as one solid piece and then the two sides. So instead of that C curved shape that we had going on, like the brown one, we now have additional nodes because we have to have one for each side and we have to have the back piece instead of it being one asset. And we just did the same again. So we just did like the top piece, the middle piece, the bottom piece as their own pieces. And then we also did the top and the bottom, and we also needed to add some additional pieces to go around the outside, as well as its own set of drawers. Now we could have done it so these drawers would still appear, but I thought that that would look maybe a bit bizarre. I don't know. Maybe you guys like it. I'm not sure. Maybe we can make it as an option. But we have this. Now, obviously, a bookcase wouldn't be a bookcase without books and shelves. So now we need books and shelves. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take this back piece because this is the exact length that we're going to need. And I'm going to duplicate and call this WB shelf. And we're just going to make it smaller. You know, shelves aren't usually that thick. And we're going to extend it out slightly, just because I'm not too sure what the size we're dealing with is here. And then we're going to set to center, and then at the back. It doesn't really matter. We're placing the shelf. But it's not like it's a huge issue. And then I'm going to put WB shelf 1. Just going to start collapsing some of these down to make it nice and easy. There we go. There we go. Now, what I would probably do with this is I would maybe make it slightly darker. So it's still white, but it's just kind of like an off-white. You can't really tell, can you? But it is. And then I'm going to just duplicate again. And I'm going to duplicate again. And we're just going to move these into the positions that you want them. There we go. Now we've got a bunch of shelves. Fantastic. Now we need items for these shelves. Now what you could do, if you want to save some room on nodes, and if you are certain that they will hide, which you're going to want them to, you're certain that they'll hide inside of the drawer, they're going to have to, you can actually add items to these shelves if you need to save room on nodes. We're actually doing okay right now. I'm not too worried. We've got 26 nodes. Yes, that's going to go up in a moment, but we're still doing fine. We're absolutely fine on faces. I'm going to make this easy on myself, and I'm going to import some assets. Now, have I forgotten to do assets of the day? Yes. Yes, I have. Even the assets I have created, I have forgotten to post. So I have created some assets over the past few days and last week and stuff, and I have forgotten to do it. For me, the weekend has been the hardest to sort of like keep up with everything. Right, so what I'm gonna do is on this shelf, I'm gonna create a child node off of the shelf just to keep it organized, but I'm gonna call this book 1. Where did you go? And there we go. Now we've got some books. Beautiful. And now if we move this shelf, the books go with it. Absolutely amazing. I'm just going to duplicate, have that over there, and I'm going to duplicate it again and pop it up there. And we're going to just see what other things I could possibly import over. This is one thing as well. If you are creating a bunch of assets, usually for your experiences, a lot of the stuff you're going to create are going to work with one another. Like, generally, your styles for your own experiences are probably going to be really similar because it's your art style. Maybe sometimes it might be a little bit different, so you got to make some different characters or whatever you're going to make. But most of the time, you should be able to reuse some of your items. Now, I'm going to make this easy for myself. Oh, whoops. Create a child node and call this paint. It's going to be a picture. I should have just called it picture. And then we've got this frame. Now, I've got to see. This frame is big. Damn. I had not realized how big this was. Okay. Right. I also forgot that these are attached to that shelf. You know what? This is the shelf. There we go. Lovely. Oh, no, not you. I want to rotate you. There we go. Beautiful. Not too thin. Broken bookshelves gives too much chaos. I mean, you kind of read a little in each book while you get... Exactly. You don't want to make them too thin. Okay, I might just lower this slightly. There. Perfect. Okay, so there's a little bit of space. Can the frame be made smaller? Of course I could make it smaller, but then I'd have to redo the whole painting. I could... You know what? I could take a little bit off here. So, quick way... Because obviously everything, if you have created something, like a painting, it's not going to change what it looks like in your other asset. It won't change any of that. So you are actually all, oh, whoops. You are actually all good to make those changes if you feel like it's necessary. So there we go. I can make it a little bit smaller. I could make it just a little bit smaller. But otherwise, I'd have to redo the picture itself. Which, I suppose that lets me do that. scale it down. I mean, so the scaling down is destructive because one voxel will always just be one voxel. So as an example, let me just duplicate this. Let's call this delete, because I'm going to delete it. So if I scaled it down to half the size, because you can only scale half or double. So if I scaled to half, these are just one voxel. So watch what happens. That is half. It is now just a black frame. Because it is taking that 14, 18, and 3, and it is like just halving it, so it would probably take the back out. Maybe if I took the, there we go. Halve it down. There we go. That's what we get if we halve it. That is half the size. That is what that would look like. And let's just duplicate and switch it so we can see. I mean, it kind of looks cute. Actually, I don't hate it, because now it just kind of looks like a cactus. It doesn't look like a cute cactus thingy, but it does definitely look kind of cute. I just would want to, I'd probably make it look more like it's been done on drawing paper. So I would adjust this paper to be kind of slightly more, there we go, a darker color. Probably a little bit more, actually. There we go. I actually don't dislike that. But yeah, no, it still came out looking fine. But yeah, we've got obviously these plants that we can import over that would work for this. I've got this cute book we can import over. What else do we have? There's a pencil here. There's random bits of paper. I'm just thinking, is there any... I've forgotten like what half of my assets have been. So I'm just trying to look to see, like, what have I created? What could I add? Oh, that was the cutlery drawer stuff. I really enjoyed making that one, actually. That's the sandcastle. A potion. I mean, there's nothing to say that there shouldn't be potions. Where did the potion go? I have lost the potion. There's like this creepy book, like it's not kind of with that color, but it might go with the brown one. Oh, that's the asset that we're doing right now. Seven. Well, I was working through them, and I'm like, I don't know where I was at. 24, 23, 21. I wish these were in order. I don't know why they're so out of order. But I think it's because it's alphabetical. Got some cupcakes there. Do I want cupcakes in here? Probably. Actually, a cupcake makes sense. Yes, let's have a cupcake. Oh, wait. Did you attach yourself to that? Oh, well, you're in the wrong place, friend. There we go. All right. Cake. Let's get ourselves a little cupcake. Cute. They also rotate it. But you kind of get the idea of what we're doing here. For this one, plant, or, you know, plant. I definitely spelt all that correct. And let's get this cute book. There we go. Give it a little rotate. Beautiful. There we go. Cool. Right, so we've got the start of our bookcase. So we got to kind of start to a bookcase, you know, fill it up however you want. But and now I'm going to show you the quick way to hide all of these pieces. So what we're going to do is the one. Got those there. Which one had them? Okay, so this bookcase doesn't have them hidden. So we're going to always need to hide at least one lot of everything. We're just gonna shimmy that on over. Just make sure that you can't see any of the stuff when you're doing it. Just make sure you're checking. Check all around your asset. There we go. It's all hidden. So what we're going to want to do is go to bookcase 2. And we're just going to highlight all of those. You see how they're all highlighted? Like, even if I drop all these down, you see everything's highlighted. We're going to go into our time slider at the bottom here. And there's only one keyframe because there's no animations right now. We're not going to animate it, but whenever there's static animations, you should still put an open and close, but we'll go over that in a minute. I'm going to get control, and I'm just going to left click over it. And I'm going to copy. And then what we're going to do over here, we are just going to paste that in. And unfortunately, I can see some pieces. So now but most of it is all in the correct place. Now we just need to figure out why we can see some of these and hide them better. Now, some of these can be hidden better because of the fact that we now have the big old bookcase to contend with. They are much easier Okay, that does not help. What we got going on here? Okay, so you are thicker. There we go. Lovely. Can you fit in without being seen? You cannot. Oh, you're real thick. Cool. Gonna have fun hiding this. We hide it this way. Beautiful. Okay, now it's hidden. There we go. Perfect. Now it's hidden. Now when we don't need it on this. This was like the spare bookcase, so we're probably going to delete this one. And we're going to delete idle. And as I said, where did the other pieces go? Oh shit, because I put apply to all. So now we got to fix that. So you don't want to click apply to all. We just need to now move these pieces back. Oh, or you know, you can just break the whole thing and everything that you've done. I spent so much time just doing that. How much wasn't saved? How much wasn't saved? Okay, okay, we're fine. We are fine. I was really worried. Okay. We're okay. We're okay. We just gotta hide a few pieces, that's all. And this one now looks fine. We just gotta hide these pieces. The drawer looks fine. We're all good. We are absolutely okay. We just gotta hide these. There we go. Alright, there. Beautiful. Beautiful. There we go. And we're saving. And we're saving. Oh yeah, don't forget to fill out that giveaway form, guys. Get that all filled out. That'll be closing soon. But obviously, we don't have shelves for this bookcase. And we're gonna need shelves. Oh, wait, I did make a shelf. There we go. I already had one made. I made this one earlier. Check out the one I made earlier. Beautiful. So we're just going to do the same again. We're just going to duplicate these, and we're just going to position our bookcases however we want. Oh, yeah. No, nothing better than that. Now, obviously, some of these would be able to work for us. So I'm actually just going to move this plant up. Like, I'm not going to make a new plant. I'm going to add another plant. Even though it's connected to the other shelf, I don't need to worry about that because there's no moving animations. The shelves aren't flipping around or doing all sorts. They're just static. So even though I've made it a child node off of the white shelf, it doesn't matter if I move it to another position for this bookcase. Now, what we didn't have before was we didn't have this book. So I am actually going to do B2 or book 2, I guess. I'm going to add this one. Whoa, this is a big book. We move the shelf down slightly. The only issue I'd say with these shelves is they could do with being too thick. I quite like my shelves to just have a little bit of thickness to them. There we go. Also isn't quite as deep as it probably should be. Let's just add a little bit of extra depth to it. Beautiful. However, some of these other colors might not make as much sense. Like this frame definitely would make sense on here. Probably even like it is a little bit extra cutesy, but I still feel like it makes sense to be there. There we go. But maybe we need like a box. Like a filer box. So let's go with kind of like this grey color, I guess. Add like the lid could be a bit dark. Oh, maybe not that dark. Oh no, that's the same color. Okay, let's grab you. Boop. Make you slightly darker. I'd probably even just add. Yeah, there we go. Cool. And then we'll add some little handle holes, like one there to be picked up. A little lighter label, maybe even like a brown one. No, I don't like that. Ooh, don't like that either. There we go. Cool. Now we've got a nice little box. Box 1. Now, the only thing is, obviously, the more that you add on here, we've not very deep, might need to push this back slightly. 1, 2, which means we also have to push it back for all of them, potentially. You can see where it kind of goes in some places. 1, 2. If I just move the shelf out. There we go. Okay. And then we'll just duplicate. And we'll have this there a few times. But you get... Oh, because now not as thick. There we go. Still hide it. Cool. Now, obviously, when we change to a different animation, all these pieces, like, they're just kind of sat there. So now we also need to make sure that these go hidden inside whatever they need to be hidden inside of. So usually it's best, in my opinion, because obviously moving all these small pieces is a little bit annoying. However, it's not as annoying as having to do like what we've done, which is essentially make multiple bookcases and then have to break them down, rig them all together and do all of that. In my personal opinion, it is the best idea is to start with your drawers, then from those drawers, make each of your wardrobe that you need to make, your bookcase that you need to make individually. So make your first bookcase and then break that first bookcase down. So you're like, okay, this is the first bookcase. It matches the same wood color as the drawers. And then you break that down to the size that you need it to be. You then go back to your drawers and you make sure that you can hide all of those pieces inside of those drawers. That's annoying because now I can see you. There we go. Cool. You just need to make sure that you're doing that and moving those. I much rather would build out the main shell of everything and get them all into the position that they need to be, because that's the most finicky part of it. And then go and add the shelves, add all of the additional pieces that I need to add, because I don't mind going back and having to reposition them. Also, if we had more animations, so if we had more different colors, more variety, it would be easy enough to just be like, you know, some colors would probably be really similar, but you would know things need to be hidden in the drawers. And so you could just be like, oh, I want all of these in the same position for all of these other items that have been hidden. So if you know these books are hidden here, you could click and have a look at their position and like copy and paste that. Or you just, it doesn't take long to just drop and move things into the position. Also, if you're sharing the items, like we were sharing, you know, for bookcase, for this bookcase, we shared this plant, we shared this picture. And so when we're over here, all we did was drag those pieces up and they're already hidden for all of the other animations. So it's very easy for us to get those into those positions. So it shouldn't be a case of, oh, I need to make like 20 of these different pictures. It's like you can reuse that same picture. Some things you might want to do multiple of. In fact, sometimes you might even want to get like a shelf, and let's just say you're extending it. Come on. Do it manually. Extend it up to here, and you're like, okay, I just want to make a bunch of books on this shelf. Okay, that is an option that you can do. You can just be like, yeah, here are the books. Some books are thicker than others. Maybe you even have just a really thin book, right? Okay, cool. Right there, and then we get like our pages. And we get little covers. Maybe this one's a bit thicker, and okay, these are all part of like some volumes or something. You know, like, you know, make it your own. But you could just do that. You could just add books on a bookcase just like that. Oh, I duplicated these shelves. Of course I did. Bookcase, shelf, B2. Sort that out so we don't end up with a messy bookcase. flip those back over. There we go. So now we actually have some books attached to this bookcase or to this shelf. So you don't have to do it as individual assets. You could do it as part of the shelf, or you can do it as individual assets. Completely up to you. Obviously, one of the things I would suggest is finish the decoration. I actually really like this white one that I've done. I've been wanting to get more into creating like darker wood items. This is obviously sort of a more mid-tiered wood color. I have definitely done some bookcases with darker tones to them. But a lot of my assets are much like lighter in color, so I would like to try and do some other ones. But yeah, and then from here, because you may have noticed that I named them like bookcase Y01, what you can do, and I do suggest this because I just like the versatility that it has, is you can click new. Now, one thing to remember is whatever animation and whatever keyframe you are on, when you click new, the new animation will start at that exact point. So if I do bookcase white 02, it has everything in the exact same position as white 01. But maybe for this one, I don't want this photo frame in it. He's hiding better. Maybe I want these books like higher up here. Maybe I want this book down here. Like, you know, maybe I want to add something different. Maybe I want one of those boxes. Where's the boxes? Maybe I want one of these boxes up here, because that goes, like... So yeah, you're just reusing a bunch of these. Maybe I want to duplicate this cupcake and have 2 cupcakes on this shelf. You know, you kind of get the idea from all of that. We are an hour 20 in, and I was gonna do 2 hours today, but I feel like we've pretty much covered everything we needed to do. So I'm gonna take a little bit of question time. Whether you're new to VoxEdit, whether you've been here for ages, whether you have entered a VoxEdit contest and you would like more information about those submissions, how judging's done, just generally why take part in VoxEdit contests, lay on those questions right now. Jazz will thank you for linking that giveaway form. Really appreciate that. Don't forget to fill out that giveaway form. Also, please, even if you're not aiming to get one of the giveaways for today, like maybe you already own it, please do still fill it out, because it is good for us to have up-to-date versions of your wallet, just in case you redeem some channel points, and then we don't need to be like, hey, person, what's your wallet? We will just have it from looking at our past forms. Because obviously over here on Twitch, we just see your Twitch username. Your Twitch username might not be your Sandbox username. So let me know, people, what questions. Let's do a little bit of question time. And I do also want to just jump in a little bit about the VoxEdit contest. So we have just finished one. This finished yesterday. One thing that I will state is it does say when the submission deadline is. And I reiterate this over in Discord. I say it so much on streams, and it is in the article. When the deadline is. Please convert to your local time. Also, please keep in mind that Google doesn't have an automatic close. Like, I can't just like set a time on our Google Forms to be like, close at this time. We have to manually stop accepting responses, which means there are times that I'm not awake at midnight, or I might not be online at midnight. A lot of times I'm awake, but I might not be online, which means I may not automatically go and close that submission form dead on time. which does mean some people can still obviously submit. However, your submissions will not be counted. You will not be counted as a valid participant. You will not be eligible for that participation reward. You will not be eligible to go to final voting or anything like that. You will be disqualified because you have submitted past the deadline. How much time do I spend on an asset when I'm not being distracted? Depends on the asset. I know Kaiten was asking like a lot, like how long did that take you? How long did that take you? So depending on the asset, I could spend 10 minutes. Like we've done those where I've done like those speed, like let's make a chair as quick as possible. Let's make this item as quick as possible. Let's make a table. Making a table, depending on how much detail that table needs, I could have a table made in like 3 minutes. Chairs, I think I can have made in like 10 minutes, maybe a little bit quicker. 10 minutes if I'm trying to break them down for good collisions. Quicker if I'm not. But it depends. That bookcase that we've been working on, the drawers in the bookcase, that takes much longer because there's a lot of breaking down stuff, a lot of back and forth. I would say... So we did the set of drawers and everything on what this stream and on the last stream. It's not finished to the degree that I would want it obviously finished. There's some design, there's more stuff I'd like to do. But let's just say that generally if I wasn't streaming, that would probably take me 3 hours to do everything. If I'm importing some assets over, like you saw me importing some of those assets over, I would say 3 hours, maybe even a little bit more, depending on if it was building the way that I wanted it to be built. You saw that on one of the streams, I pretty much was just like, we're going to stop making this right now because I've not built it the way that I should have built it. So Kaiten, one thing that we try to do, at least on these Sandbox streams, and I guess it's okay for me to mention it because I'm not telling you, we're not going and raiding my game. But generally speaking, me and Alex or anybody that is streaming on the official Sandbox stream won't be like, hey, let's jump into our own experiences. Because obviously we want to highlight you, the other creators, and not just be like, hey, come and do that stuff. I will always shill like parts of my stuff. Like I've definitely mentioned my YouTube when it's made sense. Like I've got tutorials over there. It makes sense to mention it. And I big up other creators like AU24K, OG Shakespeare, Pickaxe Master. All those guys do amazing streams with a variety of different stuff. Sir Alekin, Not Animated, Roxy Miguel, Fred and Third, amazing people. But yes, in terms of the contests that I am running, so I am running a contest. You can go and have a look over on my Twitter. So far, not many people have participated, so you're doing pretty well, Kaiten, don't worry. But yes, you can. So daily, you can submit to the form an image of how many slimes that you have killed. There is actually going to be an update later this week to the experience that is going to have some more bigger slimes that will do some bigger drops, and I'm going to rotate some of those out quite a bit. So there'll be days where there's not as many slimes, there'll be days where there are lots of slimes that you can go kill. But yeah, it's daily. If you end up submitting more than one in a day, I will take the highest. So don't worry if you're like, oh, did I submit something? Did I not? But yeah, daily play, every day you can submit, highest score. They all get calculated for a end of 3 week total. So at the end of 3 weeks, the total of all of the numbers that you have sent will go. So check out my Twitch there. Obviously, Alex has stuff. Pickaxe Master have some amazing stuff. Red and Third, Batman, King of Crypto, Ashara, loads of people. Definitely keep your eye out on Twitter and definitely look out for people using the hashtag SandFam, because that is one way people obviously get their stuff seen, is by doing hashtag SandFam. You was going to attend one, but then I took an arrow to the knee. No! Lauren Soul, you took an arrow to the knee! No, Skyrim. Adore you for that. So yeah, but basically, the submission forms get manually turned off usually in the next day. And so if you submit past the deadline, you will most likely get disqualified. If you are like a second past the deadline and it's your first time ever being like a minute or so past the deadline time, you'll probably get a free pass only once. If you have like internet trouble or there's something happening and you reach out ahead of time and say, hey, I've got this huge issue, I'm not able to get it uploaded, I have done it, like I've put out my tweet of what I've done, I just haven't been able to fill out the form for whatever reason, we will take that into consideration and maybe extend it for that one person as long as it looks exactly like the tweet and all of that stuff. But it would only be like a one-time thing. It definitely wouldn't be a recurring, like, hey, like I keep having issues. It's like, if you keep having these issues, submit it earlier in that case. This is also the first contest that we're having up to 15th place. Somebody did mention like the sand prices have gone down. Technically, our IP VoxEdit contests are usually always around 10,000 sand, and our VoxEdit contests are going to have slightly lower total prize pools, but you're going to see a slightly better even split against the people participating. Some of our main VoxEdit contests are also now going to be having an expert level, and there'll be more information about that. But yes, this one was the post-apocalyptic future with Terminator Dark Fate. Obviously, you can't do copyrighted assets and all of that stuff. These are the prize splits, and there is a participation prize. I believe almost all of our VoxEdit contests are now going to have that participation prize. So as long as you are within the first 100 valid submissions, what makes somebody valid? Having a KYC account, so being KYC verified, makes you valid. Not being flagged makes you valid. Making sure that the asset that you have submitted is on theme makes you valid. Making sure that it meets all of our contest guidelines, so not being copyrighted, being under 5,000 faces and 175 nodes, or whatever the contest guidelines are. And you can always see our important entry guidelines that mention these, as well as a link to the VoxEdit contest guidelines themselves. And then we have our judging criteria. And our judges don't see your tweets. In the submission form, we obviously ask for your Twitter and a link to your tweet. If shared, it's optional. It's not a requirement. It is an optional. But if shared, we use that to announce you as a winner. We actually link your tweet of what you've done. Otherwise, we'll find your GIF and we'll add that to the tweet instead. If you aren't on Twitter, you don't have to be on Twitter to take part in these contests. But creativity. How creative was the asset based on the theme? Like, did you make something that was just like, oh, that wasn't super creative, that's kind of standard? Or did you like really think outside of the box but still manage to be on theme? Usability. So different uses. Is the scale of the asset correct? Does it have good collider interactions? Which earlier today we were talking about the collider interactions. And does it have multiple animations? If something has multiple animations, it has a higher usability. So like this bookcase. Yes, it's just a bookcase, but it's also a set of drawers. And yeah, now we need to hide these books. It's also a set of drawers, but it is also another bookcase. And we have two different styled bookcase options here. Like this has multiple uses, even though it is just furniture. There are multiple uses to it. Optimization. Now, obviously, you need to meet our optimization guidelines. So you might be wondering, so what does this optimization mean? Now, it doesn't mean that if you make an asset that does have high faces and node count compared to, what we've made here. This has, this is fairly low for faces and node count. Like it's pretty good. It doesn't mean that you need to be as low faces as possible to get a good score on that. What it does mean is if you have made an asset that does meet a higher face and node count, you might score a little bit less. But also, because our judges are well versed in VoxEdit and how to make voxel assets, they also know how to make voxel assets more optimized. So when they're looking at that optimization, they're also looking at whether it could be optimized better. So when they're looking at it and they're going like, oh, actually, you did all of this stuff, but you could have actually reduced your face and node count had you done XYZ. And so they're looking at that. They're looking at, okay, like, yes, maybe your asset is really high face and node count and you might lose more points, but having like the lowest face and node count doesn't mean that your optimization is going to be super, super high score. You're probably more likely to get a high score on that. And then aesthetics, geometry, shape, proportion, color palette, texture, level of detail, all of that goes into the aesthetics. And quality of animation. If you used a template, did you add new animation to that template? Was the animation that you did add, was the flow of it, like, did it loop nicely? Did the movement seem natural? And then level of complexity. So how difficult is the asset to make? And we've gone back and forth over whether level of complexity should be 5 points or 2 points. And I think we've settled on it is a 5-point option. So there, what for our normal VoxEdit contests, these are the judging criteria. When we do a VoxEdit mini, quality of animation is removed because animations aren't a necessity for those. And then there will always be the submission form over in the Medium article and the dates and the prize breakdowns. Any questions? Do we have any questions? Let's close that giveaway form, by the way. We do not have many people who filled out that form. Let's do an RNG. 2 to 16. That's right, only 5 of you. 12. Our winner is Yolks on You. You get a Panda Pop Stuck. GG's. Yolks on You. But yeah, do we have any other questions? Otherwise, got to sign off for tonight. That was a good half an hour. Do you feel like I explained the VoxEdit contests and stuff properly to you guys? Even if you're a new person, I do suggest taking part in the VoxEdit contest. One, for the participation prize, just because, you know, as long as you're on theme and you meet our guidelines, you're going to get that participation prize. But it also sort of helps you sort of maybe think out the box, create something that you didn't think about creating, but also honing your skills. So it gives you practice. It gives you something to like practice and create, and who knows, maybe you'll be in the top 15. Yay! Yolks on You. GG's. Right, should we go find somebody to raid? What do we think? Should we find somebody to raid? Have we got anyone? Anyone on? Is anyone streaming? Does anybody have a suggestion I should ask? Hey, Pickaxe Master, thanks for sticking in here with us. No, for today we'll skip it because I've got to go have some dinner. But make sure to, you know what? We'll do a shout out though. We'll do a shout out. Pickaxe Master's in the chat, so we'll do at least a shout out. As they're here. There we go, Pickaxe Master. Also, Jazzwolf, I don't think that you were here earlier, but we now have commands for Jira. So you can see what commands we have by doing ! Command, and I apologize. I would have loved them to be separated separately, but there you go. So the command for Sandbox, Discord, YouTube, and Jira, just in case you have any bugs to report. Wait, Pickaxe Master, why couldn't you do it? Am I the only one that could do it? I said it to everyone. Jazzwolf, do exclamation mark Discord. So JKing, the post-apocalyptic contest was in collaboration with Terminator. You just needed to create something that would fit within Terminator Dark Fate's world. So you obviously, we don't ever ask you to do copyrighted assets. In fact, it was explicitly mentioned in 3 separate places. Don't break copyright intellectual property laws. Hey, there we go. It works. Perfect. Yep. Thank you. But as always, guys, have a good morning. Oh yeah, so wait, let me just answer JK's thing. The contest is finished now, but it's like you could just create something that would belong in a post-apocalyptic world, basically, whether that's like robots, whether it's trashed items, burnt buildings, like shelters, rundown shelters, rusty cars, rusty spoons, who knows. As always, have a good morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are in the metaverse. I will see you next time. Goodbye.